Hello, everybody. My name is Ed. I'm in my armchair, and the smoking lamp is lit. And guess what I'm smoking today? My favorite pipe. Another artisan pipe from, look at this guy's green, J.M. Boswell. Since there aren't too many pipe shops around me anymore, when I go to one, I get a pipe. And Boswells are hard to get because they only put them out once a week and they're gone like immediately. But I went there and saw this poker. And remember, this month is poker. I love it. So yeah, trying to take a look at that green. It's kind of, huh? Really nice. I like this pipe. It is Beauteous Megamus Maximus. That's Latin, But yeah, again, it fits in with this month being poker month to smoke all my poker pipes and have smoke at least one poker pipe every day and get them all done. And I enjoy this month because poker pipes, I truly like poker pipes. So I will continue to do so this month. So before we get started, maybe you would call it a public service announcement. Yeah. But here's the deal. People say, well, a lot of things about limited edition tobaccos. They can say whatever, but one of the things is don't pursue them. Don't get them. And this is what occurred to me. And the reason you don't want to pursue them is because what if you really like it? You're stuck. There's no more to be made. Unless you want to chase some expensive ones. And this is what happened to me. Mark, Tobacco Pipes International. The guy's an evil person. Evil. I bought a Dunhill pipe from him. Really nice pipe. And he did a great job cleaning it up because I saw how dirty it was. So I bought that pipe from him. YTPC. Awesomeness. He also sent along an extra pipe and a tin of tobacco. Really nice. I appreciate it. Anyway, just a couple days ago, I opened up that tin. It is Smoking Pipe's 20th anniversary XX Flake Dark from Cornell and Deal. This is already five years ago, or 5 years old, because it was the 2020 was their anniversary. So it ain't available anymore unless I want to pay extra. Normally, no big thing. And then I tried it. Oh, I love this tobacco. And I'm not going to be able to get it no more. So, Mark, you did me wrong. Yeah, in a good way. What a guy. But, anywho, if anybody knows of anything that is very close to it that I could check out, Smoking Pipe's 20th XX Flake Dark. I like this tobacco. I will savor it forever. Just to let you know, let's see, it's on here. It is 361 out of 5,000. Pretty good. Thank you, Mark. A lot of guys, gal, have seen the Slippery Plank, kind of tours of my place, and mentioned it's kind of like a museum. Maybe it is. But I started thinking, of course I had to take some aspirin, but I started thinking, one little section, I'll just show you. We're just going to highlight one little section. That is the space. It's only about a 3-foot portion of wall between my entrance, and on the other side is the entrance to the Slippery Plank. Because I started thinking about this. Just in this small little section, you will have a desk, a pipe rack, clock, and a photo lithograph taken in Newport Harbor, Newport, California. So let me explain what's all involved here. It is kind of interesting. We'll start with the desk itself. The desk itself is almost 100 years old, and it actually could be. It was my dad's desk when he went to school. This was a desk in his house, in his room. We know, or I know, that he had it while he was in grade school. I don't know exactly when, but that's going to be putting it close to 100 years old for an old desk from Sears, of all places. It's just a beautiful thing. But yeah, my dad's desk. That desk Ended up going to my grandfather, and he had it in his basement, which is kind of his work area where he tinkered around with stuff. And I have a memory of this desk when I was a real little kid. And you can see from the photos, the desk is not that large. But I have a distinct memory of my grandfather getting me a little gift that was on the shelf of that desk. And I was just only tall enough to kind of see the top of it. That's a long time ago. What my grandfather gave me was a pen knife. He thought everybody should have a pen knife. So I still have memories of that. Cool. Okay, so on that desk we have a pipe rack with the old-fashioned, has the place for tobacco in the middle, holds 6 pipes. And you've seen this before, but that pipe rack was given to my grandfather and has a brass engraving thing saying, "To Frank from the boys." This was what he got upon retiring. So that is on this desk. The pipes I have on it, I have 5 pipes on there. The very first 5 pipes that I ever owned. They are still great pipes. I still smoke them, especially if I just feel want to remember stuff. And most of those pipes pretty much anymore, I smoke Prince Albert in them. It really just, it's comfort for me. The next part on that desk is my clock. But this clock has been around my family from before I was born. I hate to say that I do not know how they got it, how old it could be, but we had it before I was born. And it was our main clock, usually on the mantelpiece or a shelf or something in our living room until at one of the times I went home and my parents gave it to me and I brought it home. So it's been around me forever. It still works. Electric clock. Little rough for wear. So another thing. You know what? Minimum at least it's 75 years old. Probably longer. It might well be something my parents got upon them getting married. Or, and I do not know the answer to this, it could be something that they got that's been in their family, either my mom's or my dad's, and was given to them. So I don't know how old that could be, but it's been around me forever. Okay, and then the final thing, well, you see a few other odds and ends, Prince Albert can, and stuff. But the other thing to point out is the picture. So that picture has a lot of stuff involved with it. I got this when it was probably 1979, 80. bought my first house, and this was given to me by my brothers, kind of as a Christmas gift, housewarming kind of gift. And if you look at it, it's a picture taken across a little bit of a harbor. This part of the harbor is in Newport Harbor, the very end of it. You can't quite see it, but if you see the boat, it's a little bit off to the right of that boat is the end of the harbor. What it is looking at is, yes, boat, but across that is the old canning factory. And this picture is taken when it was a working cannery. I got to know it when my parents had moved to California. At that time, and this was, well, around it, 76, something like that. This became a very good seafood restaurant. My dad took us to go on a couple of trips to have dinner there with the whole family. Again, this picture is before when it was actually an actual cannery. But you add to that, where this was taken from would be right at the entrance to a seafood bar restaurant, Delaney's. Delaney's was where every time I went home for a vacation, my dad would usually take a day off, and we would go out, see the dory fishermen coming in, cutting up their mainly red snapper and stuff. Then we'd go to Delaney's for lunch, and we usually would sit at the bar, have a beer. The bar had this big ship's light, turned into an aquarium and had a big old fish in that. And what we would have, one is they had the best clam chowder I have ever had, and I have had clam chowder in a lot of places. And they would serve it with a tureen. So you take out the stuff, the tureen, both my dad and I would easily have a bowl and probably a bowl and a half more. So we had refills. We'd have the clam chowder. And then sitting at the bar, we would just have their cold seafood platter with oysters, clams, mussels, shrimp, I think some scallops, just a bunch of stuff. And that would be our lunch. And garlic bread. What an experience. So, Delaney's kind of just became a favorite place that we went to. And yeah. So there's a small little tour of really just one wall of, quote, the museum. Well, I really hope you like this. What can I say? I just, as I said, started thinking about this, and just one little section has so much meaning to me. So again, I hope you like this. And remember, if you don't like this, you really can't get to heaven. So may your smoking lamp always be lit. And take care out there.